Hi guys, welcome back and thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Get Inspired, Stay Inspired. It's always a joy to be here and to have you here with me. So thanks for taking the time out and joining me in this particular episode. Hope you have had a wonderful day or week, depending on when you're watching this video, and hope that all has gone well for you. I also hope that you have been listening to me and you've been working on yourself in the ways I have suggested, and that you are making progress in your life or in the way you want to. And I'm sure that this episode, I hope, will be guiding you on the right path to achieving your goals, your aims, your objectives. And all I'm doing is sharing my wisdom and words that have come through to me through my channel writings, and sharing them with you in the hope that I can start to help you work on yourself in a way that will be empowering, in a soulful way. And if you're not too much into soulful things, then in a heartfelt way, as I always say. So we're going to keep this going, and we're going to keep working on those things and keep you inspired to the best of my ability. And yeah, that's what I realised I was born to do, and that is exactly what I am doing. So hopefully we can help each other. We can partner up, help each other. And, you know, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe, because you can then join the rest of the family and be a part of this little growing group of people who are beginning to understand what I'm teaching and hopefully utilising it. Don't forget to keep those comments coming. I want to know how you're progressing and, you know, how things are flowing for you, hopefully on a soulful level, you know. So if I'm teaching and you're learning, then I'm learning as well, and not just learning from what I'm teaching, but learning from you as well in my own way. Your feedback, your, you know, your sort of words of support, everything that you give back to me helps me continue and allows me to keep feeling inspired to go on and to carry on supporting you and carry on doing what I am doing. So let's delve into today's passage, which is my own doubt. Now it says, "Let me not walk in the shadow of my own doubt, where all that I wish for remains overcast and overshadowed." Now, I told you that some of my writings are not necessarily affirmations. They don't always come packaged in I da 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 da. Some are very reflective. They want you to think about what you are doing, to think about where you're going, where you're headed, to think about some of the things that you may choose to ignore or want to ignore in your life. And doubt is one of those things. And this is about doubting yourself. And the passage says, "Let me not walk in the shadow of my own doubt." Because having that kind of feeling of doubt about any aspect of your life, anything you're doing or anything that you feel within you, having doubt is almost like having a shadow. I like the way that the passage refers to it as a shadow. In other words, your doubt, we can also say even your fears and doubts, because fear is just as bad, maybe even worse. But your doubt alone, yeah, can almost walk with you like a shadow. You know when you are walking in light, or in fact we all have shadow. Wherever there's light, there's shadow, isn't there? So see your doubt as like a shadow following you everywhere, going with you every step of the way. And you've got to find a way to shelve that doubt, to let go of that doubt. Why? Because it's hindering your progress. Having it follow you everywhere like a shadow is not, what you want in your life. You want to set aside your doubts alongside any fears you may be harboring. You want to put your doubt to one side, and you want to be willing to take steps, because it's talking about walking. It's talking about going forward. It's talking about making progress, because this idea of walking means you're progressing, means you're going forward or attempting to go forward. But, with doubt as your shadow, you know what I mean? Then everything, it becomes overcast and overshadowed. It begins to loom over you like a cloud. It begins to kind of expand itself, so to speak. A shadow is limited. In other words, regardless of where the light falls, there will be some form of shadow. But when you dig deeper, you realize how debilitating your doubt can be. Those inner doubts, those nagging fears of doubt about everything, about who you are, about what you're trying to achieve, about, what you want to do. What's the next step you want to take? Doubt, doubt, doubt. You doubt yourself. Sometimes we have so much doubt, we can't even make a decision, because every decision we want to take or make casts a shadow of doubt in our mind about, are we right? Are we wrong? Are we doing the right thing? Are we not? Is it going to be success? Is it going to be a failure? Am I taking a step forward, or am I taking a step back? Do they love me? Do they love me not? Am I making the right decision as a mum? Am I making the right decision as a dad? Am I doing the right thing? Every single place you look in your life or turn feels overcast with doubt. And it's not that you're doing this intentionally. It's not that you are trying to be self-destructive or trying to kind of destroy your progress or progression or your life's purpose or anything like that. No, you don't really want to do that, and you're not doing that, but somehow you feel steeped in doubt everywhere you turn. And it's so important that you try to minimize doubt's hold over you. You try to lessen the shadow that is following you. You try to allow what you want to do and what you want to achieve blossom and grow, and not be overshadowed or overcast with the doubts that lay deep in your mind. So you may be asking me, okay, I get what you're saying, but how am I going to get rid of the doubt I feel? The only reason you have doubt is because you are aligned strongly with the mind. And what do I say? The mind is steeped in the physical and is affected by everything going on. And if you align your thoughts, your wishes, everything with the mind too strongly, and what I mean by this is when you haven't worked on yourself. So everything that's going on in your head, everything that's going on in your mind, you believing it, you're following it, you're thinking, yeah, that's true. Oh no, doubt. Yeah. When I say you're aligned with the mind, it is from that perspective, and I'll explain this in more depth a little later, okay? But for now, those worries, those doubts are kind of seeping into your consciousness. They're beginning to affect you wherever you go, wherever you turn. Now, how do you stop it? You simply start to align yourself on a soulful level with your soul. Because have a guess what? The soul has no doubt. Do you think you came onto this earth to journey alongside your soul, so your soul doubts everything that you're doing, where it's going, where it's taking you, what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to become? It knows it all. It has no doubt about anything, okay? The doubts that you have are related to the physical. They're related to what your mind is telling you. They're related to what you're thinking, what's going on now in your physical form and going on physically in your life. But when you align yourself on a soulful level, have a guess what? You have no worries, you have no fears, you have no doubts, because your soul is automatically guiding you and automatically instructing you on what to do and the best path to take or make. Now, what do you do? Once you get that intuitive guidance, once you get that intuitive thoughts, don't doubt that. Accept it. Take it as an indication that, you know what? When I receive things on a soulful level, I don't need to doubt them. I must trust in them. It's like people say, trust in your intuition. I've told you in my writings, intuition is the language of the soul. So, whatever you intuitively receive as guidance, don't doubt it. It's bad enough you doubt yourself at every turn, but don't doubt what is coming through to you on a soulful level. There's just no need to doubt it. The minute you doubt it, then you know you're slipping away back into the mind-based realm of things, okay? So you look out for intuitive guidance. You ask for it. If you've watched the previous episodes, I've gone through various ways to, ask, to look out for the signs, to be ready to receive, to willingly look forward to receiving. And once you receive that intuitive guidance, guess what? Act on it, okay? Don't bother to question. Don't bother to dilly-dally and say, oh, but if you have intuitively received guidance, what are you going to dilly-dally about? What are you going to doubt any further? Trust. The more you can start trusting in what the soul is trying to share or trying to say, the more you know you are moving in the right direction. When you are overcome with doubt, have a guess what? You're stifling your progress, whether you realized it or not. You're stuck. You're stuck. You literally have put yourself into stasis of going nowhere, doing nothing, staying where you are. It's paralytic. Your doubt is paralytic. It's like indecision. It is paralytic. You will stop what you're doing because every step you want to take, you doubt it. Shall I go left? Shall I go right? Shall I go up? Shall I go down? It's just a continuous cycle. You don't want to be a part of that. You begin to trust in yourself, trust in your inner soul, trust in your heart and the heartfelt messages. And for those of you who are ready to be on a more soulful level, trust in the soulful guidance you receive. Trust in your intuition. Trust the words that are being shared with you. Trust in what you know is an intuitive answer or voice. Do you know what I mean? Trust it and go with it. Go with the flow. Don't be fearful. Do not be fearful, and say to yourself, you know what? I no longer doubt myself. I'm beginning to trust in myself more and more. Now that is a sort of an affirmation, isn't it? I know this passage isn't an affirmation, but it is a warning. It is soulful knowledge and wisdom being shared with you to make you think about things like doubt, about worry, about fear. It's basically saying, you know what? You don't want this, because if you do, this will happen. That's the funny thing with some of these writings that I do. They're not pure affirmations. Some are. And we've gone over some that are, but some are just, as I said, I can't really fully define them, but it doesn't matter. They don't need to be defined. They just need to be kind of soulfully read and embraced and assimilated into your higher self, your infinite intelligence, the inner you, whatever you want to call it. With my writings, as I say, I call it the inner you. And once you are connected soulfully, you get that intuitive guidance. There's no need to doubt yourself anymore. Doubt your actions. There's no need. There's no need to doubt where you're going and what you're doing and how it should be achieved, or the way in it's going to be achieved, or the way it is going to be achieved. There's no need to doubt any of that anymore. Why? Because you're soulfully aligned with your soul, and you know and you trust your soul knows everything you needed to know as part of your journey into the physical form. The soul brought everything with it. Okay, it knows your purpose before you even discovered your purpose. Do you know what I mean? It knows all of this. The mind doesn't. The mind reacts and supports you, everything based in the physical realm. Now, once you feel you can trust in the soulful aspect of what you're doing, and you can trust in that soulful bond and connection, and you can say to your mind, you know what? I don't doubt myself anymore. I don't. Because I trust in the intuitive guidance that I'm receiving on a soulful level. I'm open to it. I'm listening to it. And now I'm receiving it. I'm acting on it without doubt, without fear, without worry. You're freed. You are literally freed. And you say to your mind, the inner you says to your mind, I have no more doubt. And the mind says, wow, you don't doubt things anymore, do you? And you say, no, I don't doubt things anymore. And the mind will say, okay, what do you want me to do for you? And you say, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. I want you to do A, not B. I now know and trust that if I choose A, that will be the right choice and decision for me. I have no doubt about it. And the mind will say, thank you for letting me know that. Now you're clear. Now you've given me clarity. Now I can do whatever you want me to. And then the doubt begins to dwindle away. The doubt begins to dissolve because you have instructed your mind. Okay? You have instructed your mind what you want it to do, where you want to go, what you want to happen, and it will obey you. It will say, thank you for letting me know this. Now I know what I need to do to make this happen in the physical realm for you. Thank you for sharing that universal knowledge and wisdom, which you know you got on a soulful level from your soul. And it will say, now I know with clarity what to do in the physical for you. It will say, I now know how to make things happen for you in this way. I now understand what you want with clarity. Because when you have so much doubt, when you have doubt shadowing you, when you have doubt accompanying you wherever you go, guess what? The mind doesn't know anything more than what you're telling it, which is doubt. So guess what? It's bringing you more and more doubt. It's bringing you more and more things that will create the situation and circumstances that will create more doubt. I know it sounds ludicrous, but that is the way it is. You know, we can't fully fathom why, but that is the way it is. And the sooner you get to grips with it, the sooner you overcome it, the sooner you understand what is going on in terms of the relationship that you have with your soul and that special bond. And then you, your inner you, is then able to then say, right, I can deal with the mind now. And the mind is very happy to receive with clarity the instructions or the direction you want to give it. Because when you are aligned with the mind and it's not getting direct instruction from you, it's just creating various things that are all related to the physical, because it doesn't know any better. Do you know what I mean? The soul is old. It's energy. It's endless, timeless. It knows so much. But when you discount it and you don't align yourself properly with it, then it's like wading in a sea of water that you see no end in sight, and you're just thinking, what do I do? But when you align yourself soulfully and you are willing and open to receive instruction, you're willing to listen and get guidance from that. If some of you are watching and say, hey, hang on a minute, where do we get this? Where do you know, go back and watch the previous episodes, because I've covered that. There'll be more, of course, but for now, go back and watch those episodes and you will get clued up on many of the things I've spoken about already, you know, and it will all make sense. Align yourself on a soulful level. You, your higher self, your inner you, infinite spirit, whatever you wish to call that inner aspect of your nature and being, can then work with the mind. You don't allow the mind to dictate to you. You don't allow the mind to tell you this, tell you that, tell you this, tell you that, because sometimes you're going to receive a lot of negativity. Not because it's trying to sabotage your life, but it doesn't know any better. You'll find all of this in my Soul Whisperer book. You know, you'll find all the detail about it. But remember, I am bringing out a simplified version for those of you who may not want to, you know, take on the raw kind of aspect of that writing, which is in that book. But, you know, if you feel like tackling it, go ahead. If not, I'm bringing out a simplified version. But yes, it is crucial that you understand this alignment and this partnership and this bond, and the way it operates and the way you can use it, okay, to turn doubt, fear, worry, turn all of that around into something different, something that you can work with, something that you can feel reassured with, something that you can trust and believe in and have no doubt, something that can leave you empowered rather than overshadowed with fear and worry and doubt. Okay, so guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode and this passage. I really like this passage because it deals with us, doesn't it? You know, this is like inner doubts and worries. Got to overcome them, and you must. Otherwise, you will basically hold yourself back, destroy your progression. Do you know what I mean? And you don't want that. You don't want that in any way. Okay? You're better than that. You can overcome this. You can beat this. You can get rid of those doubts and fears, because that's where you need to be without them. You can get rid of those doubts and fears because you need to be somewhere else in your life, not held back, but going forward without doubt. Going forward to achieve what you deserve to achieve, going forward to achieve your destiny and your purpose. So I'm glad that you waited at least to hear to that latter bit. I'm glad I added it for you because, wow, we're going forward. We're holding hands and we're going forward, aren't we? We are making progress episode by episode by episode by episode. And guess what? I've got way more to teach you, way more. So stick with it. And yeah, there's more to come. Believe you me, there is a lot more to come. Now, for those of you who feel anyone else will benefit, don't forget to share this particular episode or some of the other ones that you like. Thank you if you have been sharing them. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you supporting me. And don't forget to stick a thumbs up for me and put on your bell notifications, so when another episode comes out, you're going to be notified and you're not going to miss out on anything. Okay, I'm so happy that you guys are with me this far. Now, if you do really support what I'm doing, don't forget you can become a patron, and I'd be honoured and blessed to have you as a patron, because guess what? Your patronage will support me in doing this full time. I can give you everything that I have to offer, but on a more full-time basis. Instead of doing it part-time, I can give more of myself to help you and others grow more, achieve more, succeed more in any way that I can. So many thanks to you if you're thinking about being a patron, or if you are a patron already, thank you. So listen, have a super day or evening or week, whatever it works out to be on the day that you're watching this. Listen, you're not alone. Don't forget to leave your comments for me, and I'll leave as much info as I can in the description for you. So check it out. And yeah, look out for the next episode. That'll be coming soon. And I will see you soon. Love and light and blessings to you all. Have a super wonderful day or week ahead. Take care. Bye.